The first part and getting the momentum is the hardest part. But if you start hard, fast, and sure of yourself, right, and assertive, it actually makes it easier later on. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to your favorite podcast, of course, of all time, It Takes Grit. It's been a moment since we've had a solo episode, so I hope that you've missed me. And today we are going to go through something that I have really learned in the last couple of weeks that I was like, I have to share with you guys. So we're going to talk about the power of momentum and how to use it in your favor. Now, you might be listening to this title and be like, I don't really understand what that means. What's momentum? Why do I need it? But I've had this big realization in the last couple of weeks. And of course, you guys are the first people that I want to share anything that kind of comes to my brain that I have learned over these last years really working on personal development. So, momentum. What is momentum? Momentum is when you have got motion, when you've got things moving, drive is happening, you're moving through things, and it actually helps to create exponential growth or exponential momentum, okay? So I love momentum. It's hard to get, but once you get it, we want to keep the foot down on the gas and keep on going. So this is how it came into my brain. So if you're like, I really want to know how this works in your brain, Rebecca, this is how I kind of got this idea, and I think it's going to be so important if you're looking to do a really great workout, you're looking to, increase your grades at school, maybe you are looking to start a side hustle, you're wanting to re-evaluate your business and take it off to the next level. I'm going to be talking to you about momentum and how you can use it in your favor. So, first of all, this is the analogy. So I'm in a workout class the other day, and I'd been the week before and I was like, you know what? I'm just feeling a little bit tired. I'm going to listen to my body. And it's not to say that you shouldn't do that. But that day, I really didn't have a great workout. And I came out feeling like, okay, I listened to my body, but really I needed to get my adrenaline up and I needed to change my state. So what I did is the next time I went into the workout, starting from the very first move, the warm-up, I was like, I'm going to be powerful, I'm going to be strong, I'm going to own this workout, I am going to make this happen. So for the very first moves, just bringing my arms up over the top of my head, I was like, I am going to have an amazing workout today. And I started off really strong. Now, what that did is it created momentum for the rest of the workout. So I was actually able to do things in a faster way, and I was like in the flow of the workout. Have you ever started a workout like kind of half-assed and you're like, you never really get into it, you don't kind of get things going, nothing kind of moves, right? That's because you've started in a place that is hard to create the momentum. If you start hard, strong, and fast, it's going to be easier to create momentum in your workout. And when you have momentum, things become easier and you get to flow through it. So literally after the warm-up, the first part of the exercises, I was in the zone. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do amazing. And the workout actually became easier because I was in that momentum flow. And it got me thinking, this is the same when it comes to business, with your side hustle. The first part and getting the momentum is the hardest part. But if you start hard, fast, and sure of yourself, right, and assertive, it actually makes it easier later on. So I'm adding that a narrative of the workout as well into how that you can actually add that into your business. And look, it's the grit, right? It's that grit at the beginning that you need to get started, to start strong with power, with influence, okay? And so there's always a new day to start again. So maybe if you've already got your side hustle going on, you've already got your business, or you've already got your job, and you're like, I need to reset. Tomorrow is a new day. Today is a new day. You can say, look, today I'm going to start going at a different speed to create that momentum. So even if you've been going slow at something for, a while, or maybe it's even your workouts and you're like, I just keep turning up to my workouts. I'm not really giving it absolutely everything I can. Today is the day that you can change that. You can say, I'm going to be powerful. I'm going to be strong with these decisions that I make, and that's going to create momentum for me. Okay, so every single thing that you have in your life, right, has that ability to create momentum, to keep on going, to take it to the next level. But you get to be in charge of how fast that goes. So it's always a new day. So maybe you've been slow at something, or you haven't really picked up the momentum of something. You're not getting that exponential growth. Tomorrow's a new day, and you can start that right away. All right, so it becomes more fun too when you have momentum, because you don't feel like you're struggling. In a workout, I remember that first workout what I went into, and I was just like, oh, this is hard, this is difficult, I need to lie down, I'm not in the mood for this. Like, my mindset was in the wrong place, so it made it more challenging to get through the whole workout. However, the next time I went in, because I started strong and hard and like with intention that I was gonna, create that momentum in the middle part of the workout, it actually made the workout easier. So I was actually having the second workout where I created the momentum was actually easier than the time I was taking all of the rests. So all the time that I was resting, all the times that I was, thinking I need to, spend time, just let my body relax, it was actually more of a difficult workout than the one where I was like, you know what, I'm going to go full in. And it's the same with business, right? It becomes easier as you get momentum. But if you don't start off hard and fast and just go for it, it's never going to become easy. It's always going to be a drag. It's always going to be difficult. It's always going to be challenging. When you get that momentum, that's when things become easier. So I want you to be able to get momentum so that you can use it in your favor. Remember, short-term choices for long-term goals, right? Write that down. Short-term choices for long-term goals. So train your brain, train your mindset just to go for it. Just to go for it every single time that you're just like, you know what, I feel like I just need to come back a little bit. No, go forward. When you have the momentum, when things are working, it's going to become easier. Or you're going to be able to spend 5 years, doing the same thing, and it's going to be slow. Or you can condense those 5 years into 2 years by doing everything faster and quicker, and it's actually going to be more fun, it's going to be more enjoyable, and you're going to pick up more momentum that you can use in your favor. All right, it's hard to get because not everybody wants to do the real gritty work to get there. Not everybody wants to turn up to a workout and say, you know what, I'm going to do this. And when it gets a little bit challenging, they can keep telling their brain, I've still got this. I'm still strong. I'm amazing. So we get to decide that we can create that momentum as long as we keep changing our mindset to go. And it's going to make it easier later on. It might feel more challenging or difficult at the beginning, but at the end of the day, you're going to do the same amount of work. You can do the same amount of work, but if you condense it into a shorter amount of time, it's like if you go to a workout and you go to the gym and you spend an hour walking around the gym, going on like different machines, doing a little bit here, doing a little bit there. You spend an hour and really you maybe only ever done 15 minutes of actual work, but you spent an hour doing it. Or you could just go full on and do a workout that doesn't stop, that just keeps on going with very small breaks in it, and you do it for 30 minutes and you've done it. And you've got more results in 30 minutes than you did in the hour, because in that hour, you actually only did 15 minutes of exercise. So it's not necessarily about how much time you're spending, it's about how much effort that you're putting into each hour. That's what's going to create the momentum for you, and that's what's going to make it easier for you later on. And start hard, start messy, start all over the place, right? Just go for it. And the more mistakes that you make in the shorter amount of time, the quicker that you're going to progress. So if you're starting something new, maybe it's painting, right? And you're trying to learn how to do a certain type of artwork, and you do it once a week, right? Those skills are going to take a while to pick back up again. But if you painted every single day, you're going to be able to condense the time that you're spending in a short amount of time, and you're going to get better quicker. The same when I was doing my pilot's license, right? When I was doing my pilot's license, I flew every single day so that I could remember those motor skills, so that I didn't have to go, okay, I haven't done this for a week, I've got to remember. I could remember it yesterday. And I was able to get my private pilot's license in like 3 weeks because I did it every single day. However, if I had done it just once a week, it would have taken me like 6 months, if not more, to get it. Because the time that it takes if you slow things down is exponentially more. So that's why I am stressing to you that if you're starting something new or just go all in. From day one, go absolutely all in and you'll get a better result. It's the same if you're starting a nutrition program with us, right? Go all in from the get-go. Make that decision because you'll get results quicker by sticking to your plan like glue in a week. And then what that's going to do is going to motivate you to keep on going. It's going to be amazing. You're going to keep on going. And then you're going to want to be going for the next week. But if you don't really stick to that plan for the first week and you maybe do it a couple of days, by the end of the week, you've got results, but you haven't got as much results as you really could in that week's period time. So then you're going a little bit slower. Same with the results. You can pick up momentum as long as you take it really seriously and you go all in from the beginning. All right. And then when you have that momentum, keep your foot on the gas. A lot of people start to get that momentum, things start to happen for them, and then they go, all right, it's going to happen, no problem, I can just let it go. No, what we want to do is we want to keep on going. When we have momentum, it's very easy to lose it if we just take a breath. So you want to create momentum, and then you want to have a foot down until you are where you want to be plus another year. So that if anything falls back or comes back on you, right, you have that little cushion. Loads of people I've seen have started to get momentum. Things are going right. It's working in the right direction. They're like, all right, I can relax now. Everything's going in the right way. No problem whatsoever, okay? Not the case. When you have momentum, that's the time to really put your foot down on the gas and go even harder and keep on progressing so that you can get those results that you want and then tenfold, okay? Super, super important. Like I kind of said at the beginning, short-term choices for long-term goals. You can condense your time that you have to do something or you get to do something in a smaller period of your life by just going fast at the beginning and going all in. And saying, no matter what decision do I need to make today to get me where I want to be? So wake up and you say, right, is this going to help me get where I want to be? If it's a yes, you do it. If it's a no, you don't. It can be as simple as it being just literally that black and white. Literally as black and white like that. It is, yes, this is going to help me, or no, this is not going to help me. And then you get to decide, right, how important that thing is for you. So I love the power of momentum, and it's not easy to get. And if you go, you know what, I've been working really hard and I just don't have that momentum right now, you're not working hard enough. You've got to do it a little bit more or for a little bit longer. You will know when you start to see that momentum happen. And it might be a gradual thing where you're like, okay, more's happening. Or it might be like, you know what, you've done loads and loads and loads and you're not seeing anything. And all of a sudden the next day, boom, everything starts to really grow. And that's why it's important to understand that, because you might be one of those two people. You might be someone who's like, okay, I can see things like slowly growing. I'm working really hard. I'm doing everything that I need to, but it's slowly growing. Amazing, right? Or you might be someone that's like, I'm working super hard. I'm doing all the things and I don't see anything yet. Again, that is just a different type of growing momentum that you don't see it. And then one day, boom, you do see it. And so that's why it's super important not to give up. And if you think that something is not working, it's just because you haven't done it for long enough, all right? Or you haven't dedicated enough time. That's the only difference. Because I want to give you, the whole point of this podcast is to tell you what it really takes and to be honest with you and be open with you about how you can get to where you want to be. And if you're prepared for that and you know what it's going to take, then you're like, okay, no problem. I can decide if that's what I want to do or not. It's always worth it. By the way, it is always worth it. Whatever that you want out there, it is worth the hours, it's worth the time, it is worth doing absolutely everything, okay? Because to get to where you want to be, to live the life that you want and have the choices that you desire and be confident in your body, right? That's what life is all about. So remember, it's always worth it. When you have those days when you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm struggling, it's difficult, yes. That's what's going to make you stronger. That's what's going to make you keep on going. So today, let's think about that momentum. Are you creating momentum in your results? Are you creating momentum in your business? Are you creating momentum in your life? And if you want more momentum, making those daily decisions of what you get to do to be where you want to be, to have that, it's going to completely change your life. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode of something that came to my brain. I was like, I got to share this with you because the power of momentum is so important. How you get to use it as well in your favor is going to really help you be successful. So grab that momentum, hold on to it, keep your foot down and use it in your favor. If you love this episode or any of the other episodes, make sure that you give us a review. I read them all. Appreciate it so much wherever that you leave the review, Spotify or iTunes. And my name's Rebecca-Louise. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week on our next episode. Love you guys. Mwah.
As I basically answer the questions like, what do I want? Who am I? What are my values? What are my beliefs? What do I want in a partner? And I'm not talking about, the looks and everything.